So yeah, man, I just finished my first semester of welding school. Finished my first semester. I didn't do great, but I didn't do bad either. I recently watched a video early this morning of a content creator, and she was talking about college and if it's a scam or not. And I've been seeing a lot of people say college is a scam, and those people are just misinformed. College is not a scam. It just depends. It just depends on what your major is. It depends on other factors as well. It just depends. Like, and a lot of people don't do their homework thoroughly enough before they just jump into college, and they do things and they make mistakes, and then they just say, "Oh, well, it's a scam and it's a waste of money," and so on and so forth, and a bunch of bogus. It's a bunch of bogus. College is not a scam. College is um, very, very useful. Okay, it's not a scam. If you use it correctly and you do it properly, it's a great resource. Now, I got for one of my grades, I got an 87, which is a B plus, which is just a couple of points away from being an A minus. Okay, so I was what, 7, 8, 9. I was only 2 points away, or 3 points away, 2 points away from being an A minus, from being a straight A. So a B plus is um, that's an example of excelling, excellence. Okay. Now the next two grades I'm getting ready to show you guys are not excellence, but they're not bad either. They're more in the mediocre range. And now a B plus is above mediocre, which is excelling. Okay. Excuse me. For the next grade, I got a C minus, ladies and gentlemen, which is not excelling, but it's not bad either, but it's not great. It's just mediocre. It's just getting by. Okay. Am I disappointed with this grade? Yes and no. I'm satisfied because at least I passed, but I'm disappointed because I know I could do better. You know what I'm saying? And but it's okay. It's only the first semester, so I got plenty of time to make up for a C minus. And then considering the fact that I had a B plus on my first course, so far so good. Then for the third grade, I got a 74, almost a 75, which is just a regular C. It's not a C plus, but it's not a C minus either. So only 5 points, only 5 points away from being an 80, which is a B. So only 5 points away from being a B, which is not bad, but not great either. Just enough just to pass on to the next semester. So I'm going into semester 2 in about 2 weeks. So I got 2 weeks to take a break, get my mind right. One thing that I'm going to be implementing into my college career is getting myself a tutor. I need to take another math course again, unfortunately. So I got to work on my math. I'm not terrible at math, but I'm not the greatest either. So with the skills that I have now and then having a tutor to help me, I'm going to have multiple tutors. I'm going to have an online tutor. It's a Filipino woman that I'm going to be having as my online tutor. And then I'm going to have an in-person tutor. So I'm going to have people helping me along the way. So this next math course, I'm definitely going to pass, no problem. But as far as my welding courses, so far so good. Not the greatest, but I mean my first grade was excellent. My next two grades are not that great. They're mediocre, but at least they're passing and not failing. Now I seen somebody on a video early this morning where she was talking about if college was a scam or not, and basically she was saying the same thing that I said. No, it's not a scam. It just depends on what you're going for. Now I'm going for welding. I'm guaranteed to get a career as long as I do what I need to do. I can definitely land a job as soon as I graduate, no problem, if I choose to go down that route. Okay, it just depends on what you're doing when you're in college. That's all, and it just depends on how good you do, what your grades look like. It just depends on things, man. You gotta have a resume, man. You gotta get internships and so on and so forth. But another thing that I seen this woman saying in the video was she was saying that if you're a C student, then an employer should not hire you because having C's on your report card is an indication that you're not excelling and you're doing just enough just to get by. Now, I somewhat agreed with her statement. I'm not a straight C student. I got B's as well. Right now, I'm a C and B student. As y'all can see, I have a B plus, a C minus, and a regular C. So that is a B and C student. I'm a B and C student right now. So if I got B's on my report card as well, you can't really tell me nothing because I'm getting close enough to an A. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting almost A's. A B plus is almost an A. I'm only just a couple of points away from being an A. So if I'm doing that, I mean you can't really tell me nothing because I got the C's, but I also got B's as well. So if I have B's and C's, then that's an indication that yeah, sometimes I be slacking off a little bit because I'm human, but then I be catching it up and picking it up to where I be excelling in certain areas. So I'm getting B's and C's. So in that case, I'm looking pretty good right now. There should be no reason why I can't get a career. And here's another thing that I didn't fully agree with as far as that statement goes, that C students are, you know, won't succeed and they shouldn't be hired. And it's like it's a stat, it's a statistic fact that C students are usually the most successful out of all the students. Now, the ones that get the F's and D's, okay, those are just straight failures. The ones who get C's and B's, like me, those are usually the ones that are the most successful. Okay, the A students, okay, they do good, they get the career, they get the job and all of that. But they usually don't go as far as the B and C students. The B and C students usually end up becoming entrepreneurs, business people. They usually excel exceptionally. Okay, the A students, they usually just, they get a good career, they get a good job, you know, and that's about it. That's as far as they take it. The C and B students usually take it a little bit further, and the D and F students are usually just the failures in life. You know what I'm saying? Completely all around, they're just losers. That's usually how it goes. Well, at least that's what they say. That's what they claim. I don't know if it's an actual fact or not. Maybe I might have to do more research on it, but from the research I think I did research on it a few years back, and I think that's a fact. If I'm not mistaken, that is a fact. Um, you can look it up. You can research it. I'm pretty sure that's a fact. So I went ahead and I Googled it just to make sure. And it says this is what the artificial intelligence has to tell me. It says, while there's a common perception that C students often become more successful in life compared to an A student, this isn't universally true. So if it's saying it's not universally true, that means it's not completely true, but there is some truth to it. The idea is often based on anecdotes rather than concrete evidence, but it says studies suggest that self-made millionaires may be more likely to have been C students.